Welcome everybody, and awesome that you're watching to the best possible highest potential players in the FIFA 22 career mode. And this is episode 4 out of 6. By clicking the I button or going down below, there is a selection of all the other episodes. The goalkeepers, the center backs, the full backs, the wingers and the strikers. And this episode goes about the highest potential midfielders in FIFA 22's career mode. So we're talking about CDMs, center mids and cams. For the right mids and the left mids, check the winger video. For every single information, you're here on the right channel. So if you love the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more and put on the notification bell. 25 players will be flying your way, matching every single budget from dirty cheap to very expensive and every single budget between there. So if you loved the video, smash that like button in the face and go to the description down below or just click the I button for the whole playlist. Enjoy! If you're ready to win every single game in FUT 22's Ultimate Team but you're out of coins and you want to get the players you always dream about, don't worry, head over to u7buy.com using my link in the description and don't forget to use the code VIVA for an extra 5% discount. Starting the episode off with Curtis Jones, the man who scored the winning goal for Liverpool several times with long shots, with free kicks, and just an incredible youngster. This will be the season of his great breakthrough. I have a feeling like that. They sold Gini Wijnaldum, they didn't sign a replacement because they trust in this man. But in the career mode, they don't trust in Curtis Jones because he's the 6th or 7th best option for Liverpool to use him on the pitch. And this is where you come in. With Aston Villa, with Bournemouth, with Watford, with any other team that can snipe him, steal him away, and make him a perfect center mid with awesome shooting, long passes, and vision for the through balls. So a player that you want to get in your squad at the start of the game because his price will only go up. Esther Franks, what a cool name, the Belgian playmaker of VfL Wolfsburg. Last year he was also in my career mode highest potentials, but back then he was still a player of KV Mechelen in the Belgian Pro League. He was even cheaper back then, but Franks is still available for a dirty cheap price, and as you can see, he becomes a very complete midfielder. He reminds me a little bit of Raja Nainggolan back in the day in FIFA 17 and 18 when Raja was a Ruud Gullit gang member, and Franks is almost a Ruud Gullit gang member elite. Every single stat in the 80s and almost touching the 90s. So Franks, a perfect signing for a road to glory. Yusuf Demir from Rapid Vienna made the switch to FC Barcelona in the summer. He also got a position change in FIFA from the right wing to the cam position, and looking to his speed, he can easily play down the wing, so it depends on what you desire, because in the career mode you can make players play on different positions, and it is not quite unusual that Demir can also easily be trained to be a right winger again. So it depends on where you have a problem in your squad depth, where you want to use him, but he's a very cool player, a player from Barcelona, and that makes it even more desirable for you guys in the career mode in FIFA 22. Iliax Maribor is one of my personal favorites because he is very cheap at the start. Plus, his potential is so complete that you can call him the perfect box-to-box player. Defensively and in attack, he can do it all. So just like Asta Franks, for a very cheap price, you can get two midfielders lower rated than a gold card in FIFA with great potential to become 85 rated plus. And who doesn't like that? The former Barcelona player made the switch to RB Leipzig in the summer. So the first transfer window, he is not available, but the next summer, you should be there to steal him away and get yourself the new young version of Yaya Toure. Don't forget to give a thumbs up if you love these videos and these hidden gems. I just love bringing them to the screen for you, and that is Lavia, the CDM from Manchester City. He is a Belgian player. They sniped him away from, I believe, the youth academy of Anderlecht or Club Brugge. Correct me if I was wrong. And once again, a player they got on a young age and develop him through their youth academy system and becoming a first team player. I'll just sell him for 5 to 10 million pounds in the future. And here is where you're stepping up. Lavia or Lavia, he's a perfect road to glory player for the lower divisions. So if you're starting off in the League 1 or in the Championship and maybe a low rated team in the Premier League and you want to go for the future, this is your guy. Pablo Gavi remembers me of Xavi Iniesta and Andres Iniesta. Xavi Iniesta, I mean Xavi Hernandez and Andres Iniesta. This man is the perfect Barcelona center mid. He's not the tallest. He's not the strongest. He is indeed Iniesta and Xavi combined. He's very tiny, but Gavi is a very cool player, only 16 years old at the start of the career mode, and of course very cheap to sign up. And this is a really road to glory, maybe for the even lower divisions, to bring him in, train him step by step. At the start he's a horrendous player, you can't actually use him, but give it time and he'll become the new Xavi. A more known player is Smith Rowe, the playmaker of Arsenal's always a wanted player because he is just very creative, he's popular, he's homegrown, he's from England, plus at the start of the career mode, even Smith Rowe is not super expensive. For around £12 million you can pick him up from Arsenal, and they're willing to sell him because he is only 76 rated. They don't know in the career mode, the teams you're buying those players from, what their potential is, so they're just looking to the value the player has at that moment. And for Smith Rowe, that is only £12 million, and yes, within 2 years it is £35 million, but Arsenal doesn't know it, so steal him as soon as you can. One of the most powerful box-to-box player with quick feet, finishing and physicality is Kudus. This is exactly Yaya Toure in the rebirth version. Kudus is already 77 rated, and that makes his price tag of £35 million pretty high. But hey, if you want to get a super player from Ajax Amsterdam, Kudus can be your man. He's only 20 or 21 years old, that makes him very promising for the future, and as I told you, he's a real powerhouse. He can do it all, in defense, in attack, it doesn't matter, Kudus is your man. For many FIFAs, Thiago Almada was a hidden gem, but nowadays Thiago Almada is just the new hype player once again in the new FIFA. Everybody knows this guy after FIFA 18, 19, 20 and 21. Thiago Almada nowadays is 20 or 21 years old. He started off in my videos in FIFA 17 and 18 as a 17-year-old, and time is flying if you're having fun. Thiago Almada is still playing with Vélez Sarsfield, and he has a release clause of £20.5 million. So if you're not want to negotiate too long, trigger that release clause or just keep him at Vélez, make him grow, make him go higher in potential, make him go higher rating, and sign him up in 1 or 2 years for still that same release clause, and you can steal like candy from a baby. Billy Gilmour is loaned out to Norwich City in real life, and that makes him unavailable in the first transfer window. But Billy Gilmour has no future at Chelsea. If you're starting off at Chelsea, of course, never sell the man of Scotland. But if you're playing with a different team, for example Norwich City, try everything within your power to keep him on a permanent deal, because as you can see, he will outgrow Jorginho, he will outgrow Kovacic, he will almost outgrow N'Golo Kante. That is how good Billy Gilmour will be in the FIFA 22 career mode. One of the most unknown players with a gigantic potential is Fabio Carvalho of Fulham. The man of England, yes, of England, he has an English passport, is very wanted. He is super creative. I always think about him as the English Philippe Coutinho. For all the fans of Fulham, never ever sell the guy. Give him a long running contract, and for every Premier League side or a championship team, try to get him at the start, because he will fulfill his potential in no time. So if you wait too long, Carvalho will be bloody expensive. Caden Clark is one of the best USE players in the career mode in FIFA 22. The man of RB Leipzig goes out with a plus 20, guys. That makes him super cheap at the start and super expensive within 5 years time. So don't waste your time. If you want to watch all those episodes, click the I button. I make these videos for every single position in FIFA, so you will become the best well-known manager in the FIFA 22 career mode. You will never do a wrong signing. You always know how much to offer if you're watching these videos and you find hidden gems like Caden Clark. What a cool player. He will be mine every single time. There is also room for the more usual suspects like Declan Rice, a 22 rated player with the potential to go up to 87. Of course, I don't have to tell you that Declan Rice is a very famous player and that makes him very expensive. I rather don't go for players like that, but if you're starting off with Manchester United, for example, it's realistic to go for a player like Declan Rice because he's linked with Man United in real life. So then, if you want to spend the money on a realistic way, only then I would go for a signing like this instead of the youngsters with high potential and a cheap starting signing bonus. Jamal Musiala, the German playmaker of Bayern Munich, has the potential to go up to 88. Freaking hell, he's already a very good player at the start of the game. Imagine him going up with almost plus 13, 14, 15. Musiala will be Gerd Müller, Robert Lewandowski, Marco Reus, Toni Kroos, Thomas Müller combined in one football player. If you're starting off with Bayern, never ever sell the guy. He will be your best midfielder in no time. If you want to get him, don't wait too long because his potential will be filled very quickly. RB Leipzig is just full of incredible young players. On the midfield alone, you can go for Maribor with Szoboszlai plus Caden Clark. 3 players with potential higher than 86. So RB Leipzig fans, congratulations. This career mode, it's up to you to start with your own team, to keep Clark, to keep Maribor, to keep Szoboszlai, and the rest will be easy peasy lemon squeezy. You can easily get yourself a midfield 88 rated overall, and well, that is just astonishing. Zaniolo is just like Declan Rice, a well-known player, and that makes him very expensive. Once again, I would never go for a player like that, only if you want to get a realistic career mode. For example, starting off with Juventus or Inter Milan, Zaniolo is a realistic and cool signing. Or else, I would always go for the cheap budget players and train them to the level of Zaniolo. I already showed you 10 players on the center mid or cam position, so it's easy for you to choose cheaper players, easier to sign than Zaniolo. He's a cool player, a cool name, so if that's what you're looking for, Zaniolo is also a great one, by the way. Also, Borussia Dortmund has something to dream about in FIFA 22's Ultimate Team and in the career mode with the signing of Jude Bellingham last year. Great signing, he will be later on in the episode, with Reina on that midfield as well. Also, their midfield is born to victory. Victory after victory. Jude Bellingham with this guy in combination, it is a very good couple on that midfield. Strong, creative, everything you desire. Another hidden gem, and I'm looking forward for players like this. Rovella of Juventus. Of course, he's not an unknown player, and I think the people that play the Football Manager game know Rovella for quite some time. But guys, this is once again where you step in. Rovella is the 8th option on the midfield for Juve, so they're easily willing to sell him. If you get him at the start, he goes up with a plus 17. I remember once Parma had a player named Brigi in FIFA 2002. He was the 2nd or 1st highest rated player in the career mode. I think EA made a mistake with that, and it seems like once again they're doing something amazing with the Italian midfielder. Rovella is a hidden gem, optima forma as they call it in Latin. Of course, Martin Ødegaard is in this video because the Arsenal signing of Norway is still a very beloved player, the captain of the Norwegian national team and a very creative playmaker. In real life, I think Ødegaard has to train his physicality, his stamina and energy, and in the career mode you can do that step by step, making him a more complete midfielder. The creativity, the passing, the long shots, Martin Ødegaard already has it. You need to boost the speed, the energy, the stamina and the physicality. If you can do that, you can turn Martin Ødegaard in one of the best midfielders in the game. And yes, just like Declan Rice, his best friend in the youth academy of Chelsea back then, also Mason Mount is in here, another usual suspect. 83 at the start, potential to go up to 88 or 89. A great signing of course, but he's already with Chelsea, earning a very high wage, so not available for a lot of teams, only with Real Madrid or for Barcelona. It is nice to get Mason Mount, but for the rest, it's only a player you can watch and play against. There is just no way you can dislike Eduardo Camavinga. He is one of the complete players you can get in the career mode. The youngster only recently joined Real Madrid, but you know the career mode a little bit. In real life, Camavinga will never ever be up for sale in the forthcoming 5 to 6 years, but in the career mode it's differently. In 1 year, you can get him for a relatively cheap price because Camavinga then is still a backup player for Valverde, for Toni Kroos, for Marco Asensio, for Isco, 4-4-4. So he's not the first, section or 5th option. He's, well, back in line, and you can steal him away before he becomes a superstar. Camavinga will be one of the best players in the career mode, but before you will reach that, you have 1 or 2 opportunities to steal him away from Real Madrid for a very low fee in comparison with his abilities. Smash that like button in the face if you love this series and if you're going after Jude Bellingham. His release clause of £70 million makes him a nice transfer target for any team in the world. For example, Manchester United, Manchester City or Chelsea, Liverpool will be perfect clubs to sign Jude Bellingham. It's a realistic signing. You're bringing back one of the best players of England to your home country, to the Premier League, and that makes it very realistic. Borussia Dortmund is willing to sell if the right price is paid, just like with Jadon Sancho. So what team would be the coolest for Jude Bellingham to join in real life. What do you think, guys, about it? Let me know it in the comment section down below. If you're looking for a player that is very much available for a lower price and that will reach high potential of 89 to 90, Florian Wirtz is your man. The Martin Ødegaard, but then the cheaper version. He's not the quickest, he's not the strongest, he hasn't got the best stamina, but looking to the creativity, you can't get anybody better in the Bundesliga. In combination with Musiala, with Bellingham, 3 players from the Bundesliga, you can build yourself a very dangerous tridente on that midfield if you have the money. Look at this. Gravenberch has signed with the Wolverhampton Wanderers. Yes, guys, it is like you can do it. Gravenberch, 90 potential, but Ajax Amsterdam sells him in the first week of the transfer window to the Wolves. The bloody Wolves! Can you imagine that? This is opening so many doors for you. So with any team in the Premier League, you can get Ryan Gravenberch. That is insane. Ajax is playing Champions League football. In real life, this deal could never happen because the Wolves can't offer Champions League. But in the career mode, you can do it. You can get Ryan Gravenberch to enter your mediocre Premier League side easily. So what would you do, guys? Will you chase him? Because for 25 million pounds, Gravenberch is yours and you can't find anybody better and cheaper in combination. How cool would it be if you go back to the episode earlier on and you watch Xabi, the player on that midfield for Barcelona, the 16-year-old, and you combine him in the future with Pedri. Pedri has the potential of 91. The Barcelona young wonder kid just joined them recently 1 year ago from Las Palmas, the beautiful island of Las Palmas, by the way. But Pedri has all the technical abilities. He is Andres Iniesta in a reborn version. He's not the most physical one, he's not even the quickest guy in the world, although you can train that in the career mode, but man, he's so technical, he's so composed and so creative, you just love it. And what can I say about Kai Havertz? He won a Champions League trophy before he turned 22. What a start of the career for the young Germany man. And the man has huge potential, as you can see, but just like Mason Mount, he's only there available for a very small amount of elite clout. Because who can sign a player of Chelsea? Exactly. Once again, it will only be a top team in the world. And well, I don't like to do signings like this myself. But hey, he's the second highest player with potential in the career mode, so I couldn't let him out of this video. Smash a thumbs up, subscribe for the best FIFA 22 content, and put on the notification bell selecting all notifications right away. Don't forget, guys, Phil Foden is closing the episode off, but don't worry, if you click the I button, you can watch every single video out of 6 in this series. Goalkeepers, center backs, fullbacks, center mids, you're watching that right now, the wingers and the strikers. 6 videos waiting for you to be a mastermind in the career mode. And with Phil Foden, we have a 93 potential midfielder. Manchester City fans, please never sell him in the career mode. Make him your captain. He will be better than Kevin De Bruyne. Yes, he will be better. So KDB, Phil Foden on that cam position, the creativity, the flair, it's all there. It rhymes, and you know, if it rhymes, it's true. So who are you going to chase? What player will be yours? What team are you starting off with? Tell it in the comment section. What team are you using? Who will you sign with the center midfield spot? And go check out all those other videos in the series. Give a thumbs up if you love it. Subscribe to the channel for now. And thank you so much for watching. And see you soon with a brand new video.